Hello, hello. Welcome to another live stream. Today we have amazing and exciting topic because I know so many of you are struggling with how to get actually more protein to help you lose weight faster and also how to stop cravings because I know that you've been maybe eating the breakfast and then 2 p.m. hits and then you are already like, okay, where is the chocolate? Like, where is the biscuit? Where is some donuts? Especially if you are working in the office, or maybe you just want to have something sweet in the later in the day. So this is something that I'm going to be talking about. Or maybe you've just had dinner, you are physically full, but somehow you are still standing in front of the fridge and you are looking for more food, right? So one of the biggest reasons actually I see women over 30 struggling with cravings isn't a lack of motivation, or you are kind of motivated to get to your goals, but then you have this kind of food noise, right? And it could be because you are not eating enough protein. So when I worked with hundreds of women, and most of them come to me saying like, when they I have no self-control around food. So if this applies to you, let's have a look at how we can get you more protein, okay? Because one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of women are making is trying to lose weight by eating less and less and less food. Okay. I don't want you to skip breakfast. I don't want you to have any tiny lunches. I don't want you to be like good all day long. I don't want you to eat healthy Monday to Friday. And then by the end of the evening, you just cannot stop snacking. Okay. So, what we will be doing over here, we will just go over how you can get protein. So, it comes down to planning a little bit more in advance. So, for example, if you know that you are having really busy days in the upcoming days, I want you to get ready for that, okay? Especially if you want to lose the fat and tone up, I recommend around 25 grams to 40 grams of protein per meal. Instead of trying to get all your protein at dinner, just spread it across the day because that will help you to feel fuller for longer, but also it will help you to stop any cravings that you might have after lunch. So, for example, I want you to start with Greek yogurt, like 200 grams. So if you know that you are having less than 20 grams of protein, then just increase the protein sizes. You don't need to come up with another protein source. You just need to increase the protein size. So for example, if you have like 100 Greek tiny yogurt, I want you to have 250 grams of Greek yogurt. Okay. So we definitely want to increase the protein. So Greek yogurt, the berries are low in calories, so you can definitely eat berries for your morning breakfast. Then I would definitely recommend some nuts. So I am always measuring my nuts because they are super high in calories and super high in fat. So I'm usually having like 10 to 15 grams of nuts. It could be mixed nuts or it could be cashews, walnuts, whatever you like. If you are struggling with bloating, I would also add maybe 5 grams of chia seeds because they will soak the water and then they will flush any toxins out of your body. But we are starting with like 35 grams of protein, which is what we want. If you still want to have something sweet, then I would measure maybe 5 grams of chicory syrup or maple syrup, or add some cinnamon to it, or maybe just add a little bit more of protein powder. It could be vanilla protein, chocolate protein powder, and so on. So we've got breakfast sorted. Then for lunch, I don't want you to have these kind of like tiny lunches. I want you to have a proper meal. So it could be chicken wrap with vegetables, it could be rice with chicken, kind of like a Chinese. It could be pasta with some prawns, maybe spinach in there. It could be like literally anything. Just think of your favorite protein source and then just your favorite carb source. So then I'm mixing it up and then I'm always adding like a sauce or maybe yeah, just some like seasonings, because seasonings has 0 calories, veggies has 0 calories, so definitely put them into your meal so it tastes really good, so you will enjoy it. Then we have a snack. I definitely want you to have snack, especially if you are struggling with cravings. Honestly, don't fight your cravings. Instead, learn how to navigate them. So, for example, protein puddings from Lidl, Sainsbury, Tesco's are really good one. Then you can kind of combine it with berries. Again, berries are low in calories. So if you're gonna combine protein puddings, like a chocolate one, vanilla one, or maybe you can have like a chocolate protein powder, like a shake with banana. Maybe you can have chocolate protein bar. I love Grenade, for example. They are so good, but you can find many brands. And then again, I am always combining it with some fruit, because usually fruit is low in calories and it will keep you full for longer. Plus, you are getting a lot of vitamins, so it will help you to prevent any cravings. If you are still struggling with cravings, I would also have like a mint tea or black tea with your snack or with your lunch. Then for dinner, we definitely want to focus on protein. Again, like 30 to 40 grams of protein. My favorite is salmon, or maybe chicken thighs, or maybe beef is good one. So anything that is a little bit fatty would actually be really good for you, because it will help you to digest the protein a little bit better. And then also it will support your hormones. So now you are suddenly feeling full. And if you are not still feeling full and you are still not getting your protein, just increase the protein sizes. Okay. So instead of like, I don't know, 100 grams of cottage cheese, have 200 grams of cottage cheese. Instead of like a tiny chicken, have like a proper chicken breast. Instead of like, I don't know, half of salmon, like 100 grams of salmon, have like the whole fillet of salmon. If you are still struggling, you can maybe go for like a lentil pasta, chickpeas, lentils. These are carb sources, but they are also high in protein. But don't worry, don't be perfect, because this is something that I'm gonna actually teach you along the way. Okay. So, for example, if you are struggling with what to actually eat, so instead of cereal and granola bars, I would go for like a Greek yogurt with oats and fruit. Instead of croissant, honestly, go for like eggs on a sourdough. Instead of just like 2 3 full eggs, I would do 2 full eggs and then 2 egg whites. Again, you are increasing your protein. Instead of like biscuits with coffee, I would have a protein pudding with some berries or maybe watermelon. Or if you don't want anything sweet for your snack, then I would go for cottage cheese or light mozzarella on a rice cakes and so on. Okay. Then, for example, if you are eating white toast or white bread, I would definitely go for sourdough. Again, it is a little bit higher in protein, and also it has more probiotics. Then these kind of like tiny changes will add up to 30 to 50 grams of protein to your day. And if you're constantly craving sweets, chocolates, or snacks every afternoon, then I want you to ask your couple questions. Are you sleeping 8 hours? Because if not, then this is when we need to start, okay? Because if your body doesn't have energy, then it will be looking for the energy from the food, from the sweets, right? So we definitely need to tackle down your sleep. It could be starting with your nighttime routine and then morning routine. It could also be going to bed a little bit earlier. So sleep is number one priority. Then the second thing is, did you hit your protein in the morning? Did you have like 30 grams or 40 grams of protein right after you wake up, or like in your office, like whenever you can sit down, like around 9 a.m. or so? Then this is what I would like you to focus on. Then the third one is, are you drinking enough water? Are you drinking at least 2 liters of water? Again, if we are dehydrated, your body doesn't have energy, it feels tired. And when it feels tired, what's going to happen? You will crave some chocolate, okay? You will crave some sweets. So we want to tackle down these three basics first before we're going to start panicking why we always have those snacking urges, And this is kind of what I want you to focus on. So, how much protein did you eat already when you are watching this video? Let me know in the comments how much protein did you already eat, and then just comment down once you're gonna watch this video. I hope that was valuable. If you have any questions, I am always here for you. But yes, let's definitely get results without any cravings, because I know how annoying it can be. Okay, so yeah.